When they first housed animals here, the iconic Clifton Suspension Bridge was less than 5 years old. In nearly 200 years, Bristol Zoo Gardens has welcomed 90 million visitors and helped save 175 species from extinction. It survived 2 world wars, but it can't survive this. The perfect storm of COVID, inflation and rising energy costs has forced the site to close down.
Well, I came as a kid for the first time. I must have been about 8, I think. So our mum used to bring us here once a week. She had an annual zoo pass. So yeah, I'm just kind of reliving those memories.
Yeah, really sad. It's amazing. It's the first time I've ever been here, so I'm really glad that I was able to come before it closed.
Closing down it may be, but it's not disappearing. Bristol Zoological Society has another site a few miles up the road. They've run the 2 sites in tandem for years, but in current climes it's not practical or profitable to continue with both.
So really we took the decision, and the pandemic really forced our hands to concentrate on one site, and it has to be the Wild Place Project sites to really transform and focus on building the new Bristol Zoo on a site where we've got a bit more space, well 10 times the space, and much more flexibility to focus on our conservation and do what we want to do.
Staff have been migrating to the new site for weeks now. The hope is visitors will follow suit. But it's not just the visitors and the staff. The logistics involved in moving so many animals from one part of the county to another is quite frightening. But it's something that zoos up and down the country have been preparing for a very long time.
Some animals are easier, particularly things that are smaller are generally easier. But, some things are much more delicate, so some birds, they have a very high metabolism, so we have to make sure that the transport times are very short. And we do that by investigating all the options in terms of where they get moved and how quickly they're moved to make sure we do it in the right way.
The current 12-acre site is being sold for housing, sustainable living set in beautiful gardens. The sale will fund the development of the new Bristol Zoo, which will be built at the Society's Wild Place project and is due to open in 2024. They say moving house is one of the most stressful things you can do. The hope is, by then, the animals will be firmly ensconced in their new home and ready to be gawped at once more. Moody, GB News.